So, here we are, Book 4, Kaymon, the Gorgon Hound. In all honesty, I thought this would be the best book ever, even beating Naga, but in all honesty, I think it is on equal to good terms with Naga. So it came close, and I told you how amazing that book was. But let's start things off. Tom and Nana are looking for the next place to go to find the beast. They don't trust Malvel's map, but now that Tom has the third jewel of Naga, he uses it to trust everything in his way. Then, in the second chapter, they find Nanook already, which is a surprise, to have revealed the good beast so far. And in the first chapter, in the first chapter, they reveal Nanook, and in the second chapter, Kaymon shows up. So you get both good and evil beasts straight off the bat. Kaymon does have a cool power that duplicates herself into two other extra versions just without the collar. Silver does try to attack Kaymon when she's single, but when she splits into three, she gets overpowered and Silver gets weakened in the fight and needs medical attention. Tom wants to go after Kaymon because I want to fight you again, but when he sees Silver needs help, he lets her go and says they'll fight again. But now they know of her ability, so they can prepare for that. Apparently, they use Tom's Epos token and the broken bones thing to heal his injuries. They free Nanook. At first I thought this Nanook was a fake or like one of Malvel's tricks, but no, it's the real thing. And they ask him to look after the animal companions while they go after Kaymon. I need to check my notes here. Tom, yep. Now, they find a castle, and I think this is either Malvel's castle or either it's just a spare castle that Gorgonia has. Also the fact, speaking of Gorgonia, the Gorgon Hound, does that mean I'm assuming that means he's the Hound of Gorgonia, because I don't think, or he's either the Hound of a Gorgon, which is, if you don't know what a Gorgon is, it's basically that Medusa thing. Those are what they're called. So, I'm assuming this is the Hound of Gorgonia, and the Gorgon means that. That's what I'm assuming. But we'll go with that. Anyway, Tom and find what I believe is Malvel's castle. I'm assuming it's Malvel's castle, but at the end of the book I may not think that, because Malvel's never there. Unless he doesn't just hang around his castle. Anyway, the point is, they go inside the castle, and eventually they see Kaymon there, but they hear some people crying. So, they go and free the people, who turns out to be rebels. And when they free them, Kerr says, "Have you done the right thing?" Says they're rebels against Malvel. Of course they're the good guys. But Kerr just leaves and disappears and says, "Alright." Anyway, but Tom and Nana have a beast to beat, and because they've already freed Nanook, but the portal won't open until they beat Kaymon. So she's got to go. And yes, Kaymon is a girl, just to remind you. Even though I'm not wrong with that. But anyway, they go and fight Kaymon, and Tom is getting overpowered. But he does get a fighting chance with the golden armor abilities. But Tom realizes that he can't beat her by physical attacks. Eventually he loses his sword, he gets it back, and then he realizes to beat Kaymon he has to make her go back as one. So he leads her into some catacombs where she has to go back into one single being, and then they have a long chase sequence through the corridors. Eventually Kaymon gets tired, and Tom beats her that way. He leads her to the drawbridge where the rotten wood is. She follows him, and because she's a beast and she's way bigger than him, her weight collapses and she falls into the water and drowns. The portal opens and Nanook shows up with Silver. Now here's the thing that surprised me. They actually take Silver and Nanook back to Avantia. He may have had his wounds healed, but he's still exhausted from the fight he had in the early thing. So this book does have some relevancy, even though it's a good book in all entirely. It does have some relevancy to the plot, so it is worth reading for that. Even if you didn't like this book, it is worth reading for, to establish that they take out one of the main characters on the book. but I actually did like Kaymon. It's on par with Naga. Then again, I'll just check what else was there. Yeah, I would say that because Score was a bit better than Torgor. Torgor was probably the worst. Nothing against Torgor because I told you how much I liked it, but it had too much setup. But I would put Kaymon as equal terms with Naga because it did things the opposite way around. While Naga, you only saw him at the end, and there were all the other elements backed it up. There were all these other miniature things that built up, like the bounty hunter stuff, the quicksand stuff, and the chase scene. That all built up there. But here, it was different. Kaymon and Nanook are revealed from the straight. That's new. We see lots of rebels, but Kurlo also got the right thing. That's something interesting to discuss. Silver attacks Kaymon first. I'm assuming, I don't know why, because he's desperate or something. But the point is they take Silver out of the picture. That's new. So there's quite a lot of new and relevant things that puts this on par with Naga as my favourite book. That's why. But that is my thoughts on Naga. Kaymon. That is my thoughts on Kaymon the Gorgon Hound. So next time I will be dealing Tusk. So see you next time on the Beast Quest series.